all, I think your analysis was very straight-lined. History doesn't run in a straight line.
Kid, you cannot tell your neighbor he is stealing ducks when you are stealing frogs.
As High Commissioner, I was wrong. As Akash Persaud, I reacted naturally how any person would have.
I did not come here for that kind of abuse. I did not come here for that kind of abuse. If you're going to go along that road, I'll walk off.
But it's all okay once they're talking. If they were talking, I could not have been here today.
You got ADHD.
I got nothing.
Calm down.
I think I've done enough in terms of taking our team out of trouble from losing.
Come on, Lou Taylor. That's good. I'm reading the script now, and the first person that comes to my mind to play a detective,
Yes,
but
the
an
Guyanese
erratic
Mikhail
detective
Rodriguez.
is Mikhail Rodriguez.
Why an African slap an Indian? Why a man and slap a woman? No, good, how you deal with that? You deal with that.
We must encourage platforms like this because it brings together different people and allows for discussions to take place in our country on a multiplicity of fundamental issues.
Kingdom, you apologizing for something you think I did is wrong. I don't want you to do that, and you should not have done that. You got. Hi there, good evening from Georgetown, Queenstown in Georgetown. Friday evening, a very tropical, very lovely tropical night. The difference between cold countries and tropical countries is in the night, when you see the stars out and the moon out. And I live near the Atlantic Ocean, and I will never understand why people in a real country, real in the sense that we live right next to the Atlantic Ocean. The founder of the Starbucks News, who's dead and gone, once wrote that we're the only country where the Atlantic Ocean is right next to the road we're driving. And I said about a year ago on this program, I couldn't understand why when people drive next to the Atlantic, they have their AC up. But that's Guyanese for you. I drive with the next Atlantic with the windows down because I think that breeze is healthy. Anyway, thanks for being with us. You know it's a call-in. The Fridays are call-in. Please call in. We have Guyana Amazon Warriors playing, but we said on this program 2 years ago that when we started this program, whatever event is going on, we have an obligation to people who watch the show, even if it's 50 or 60 and not 1,000. We have an obligation to people. So when CPL comes to Guyana, they will be this show and we will hold this show. If no one calls in, we will talk to the 60 or 50 or 40 people who are looking at us. So there is CPL tonight, Guyana Amazon Warrior are playing, but we will have our show. The show must go on. So thanks for being with us again. It's Friday evening and it's our call-in program, but we will show you some videos as we normally do. One of the things that we want to show you is garbage. Now you may say garbage again, but there is a dimension to this garbage pathology that we need to bring to your attention. A man on one of these call-in programs had tried to accost Akash and say, but you're showing this thing and you know the problem, you're criticizing the government, but the problem with this thing is City Council. And we did say yes, in Georgetown City Council has an obligation. But the garbage problem is more than Georgetown. The garbage problem lies and thrives and exists in areas far removed from Georgetown, where there are other municipalities, NDCs, And the garbage is as manifested graphically as it is in Georgetown. So we have a garbage problem. We will show you a clip tonight of garbage millions of miles away from Georgetown. So there's a garbage problem. We'll also show you, there are some religious festivals one day in a year. And so Janamashri is one day in a year. And the ashram was having its Janamashri ceremony, and people next to the ashram drinking and cussing and urinating. I mean, one day for a couple of hours they couldn't observe that religious thing. And most of the people who were doing the thing would probably be Hindus. So those are some of the clips. We'll also show you the president speaking about a man who has become a Guyanese icon. So Sridhar Ramphal, don't forget. If you are young and you can't remember, don't forget. So Sridhar Ramphal saved this country. Okay, he was Burnham foreign minister, he was Burnham legal advisor, but remember, somebody can do something 40 years ago that is wrong. And 40 years after, at a crucial time, they can do something that save an organization, save the country, or save the world. I give you an example. Kit Nascimento. If you read the history of Kit Nascimento, he was very anti-PPP in the 60s, violently organized protests violently against the government. And in 2020, when people like Clive Thomas, Rupert Rupnarine, Mike McCormack, that I grew up with and see fighting for democracy, when in 2020 it looked like Guyana will go back to one-party rule forever, as we had under Burnham, Mr. Nascimento said no. So where I expected people whose political ideology I shared and shared their practice, Clive Thomas, I was Clive Thomas research officer when I did New National Service, and UG kicked me out. So,
sorry, Freddie.
No problem. So Sridhar Ramphal worked with Burnham, but in 1997, when the PNC said no elections anymore and tried to burn down the country, he organized a CARICOM intervention. So we will show you what the president have to say about Sridhar Ramphal, and whatever other videos our Roman cameraman Akash Persaud has for us. One of these days, one of these evenings, he may have nothing for us. And when that happens, I will have to keep talking to you while we wait for the phone calls. But the numbers on the screen, our landline, 231-2982, 652-1314. Call in after the videos, call in and talk about anything you want to. But those are some of the videos. And if because of CPL, I got a suggestion for you. Since this program started 2 years ago, we decided that we can't answer people's questions. People will ask questions, and those questions will take some time. You have to give an intellectual response. You have to utilize concepts and theories to tell people, explain people some of the things they say, especially in politics. So we decided that the Friday evening are for callers. So call in and speak whatever you want to. But if we answer every question, we cut out a lot of calls. So this evening, if we don't get calls because of CPL, call in and ask any question you want to, and we will answer this evening if there is a slackness in some of the calls. So if you call me and ask me why I support President Ali now, when I was critical of the PNC, the PPP, I will explain. Why I left, or why I parted company, or Kaicho parted company with me, I will explain. But if the calls coming in, we'll have to give preference to the calls. So over to Akash Persaud.
Good evening, everybody. Freddie, there's a nice shirt you're wearing. It says something about
Pink. It's pink, the color for breast cancer.
Okay, so you're in support of for all the people.
I come from a mother and I have sisters, so I support breast cancer awareness. Of course,
it's a nice shirt.
Yeah. You buy it? I need money, you know.
Freddie, this shirt.
I don't get any money for this program. People don't.
Freddie, how long you got this shirt?
How long I got this shirt? I can't remember.
Okay, so long. But so you're talking about the garbage. Somebody sent in a video to us here.
Look at garbage.
And no, but let me explain to you first. The man said he was traveling back from Letem and coming through back to he decided to go to the Blue Lake in Linden.
I know the Blue Lake.
Right? And while going to the Blue Lake, this is the sight that he was greeted with. I mean, this has to be that people are going there. Operator, put this up, please. Look at this. They're carrying crow and stuff. Look the amount of vultures there, Freddie. Look. This is the... What the hell? The gentleman said he couldn't join us tonight because the internet is not working too well, but he videoed this while he was going into Blue Lake. I mean... This... No, man. Somebody please send something and verify whether this is true.
Well, we look to see if it's a replay. All the scenes are new.
All the scenes are new. Yeah. So, wow.
Over here.
If this is the scene to go in by the Blue Lake there, then something is.
You sure that's not a dump site?
It's apparently become a dump site now.
Or it was always a dump site.
If anybody has been going into the Blue Lake recently, please message and say whether this is actually what's happening there.
But we ought to go out to the city and get some garbage videos.
Yeah. All right. So, as Freddie was saying, it's not a city council problem alone, and it's not a government problem. It's a people problem. People are just.
It's a national problem.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they're taking. Look, somebody on the same show said that the government has a system. Not the government. The municipalities and councils and so on, they have a system to take care of, let's say they were taking care of 1 ton of garbage per month. They got 10 per day now, but it's trying to employ the same system and using the same systems, and the amount of garbage in the country now, the amount of waste, with plastic especially. So last night, Freddie, so the thing with the Janamashmi, we have a video that a guy put up, and this was at a mandir in Baibu. And I felt it for these people too, man. I mean, it's a very, very auspicious occasion. So let me show this video to you and listen to what this guy has to say. I think it's disgusting if this is the case, you know.
This is what we Hindu society just go through, sit around friends and family. Today is big Krishna Janamashmi, and big Krishna Janamashmi, and we come to Mandir, Baibu Mandir for service, for 5 o'clock service, and look we Hindus, brothers and sisters, what's going on? Yes, big Hindus, brothers and sisters, but some of them hold on for the mandir, fence with beer bottle, beer in a hand, throw me inside the mandir. As you can see here, the nights, and look at the session what go on here. Krishna Janamashmi, Baibu Mandir, and this is the in front of the mandir with everybody. Yes, and everybody with the drinking and the big fish and meat eating. Yes, that's the mandir. This is the mandir. Yeah, because the thing is, okay, you get that over washroom, that over, you got that use that over washroom. That's why this I pass. It's a totally I pass.
Freddie, I
No. But even if it's a liming spot,
yeah.
why are you throwing beer bottle in a place of in the yard in a place of
Yeah.
washing?
I mean, it's one day.
You know, Akash, when I was very, very young, I'm telling you, this thing, I'm in my early 70s, and I heard this thing when I was about 18 in Workmanville, where I grew up in South Georgetown. And this thing has stuck tenaciously, scientifically in my mind. There was an incident I witnessed, something in Dublin Street. And the guy who was committing the offense, the other person said to him, you know, the problem is not you, the problem is your children. But the fool couldn't understand what the man was saying, right? The problem is not them, the problem they can bring up kids that behave the way they do. And I have used that thing that I've heard since I was 18. When I see people do stupid things like throw a bottle out the car window, like, you know, park in a place where nobody can't get out. They block your entrance. You know what I say to them? I would say to them, you have children? And they wouldn't understand what I'm trying to say, but they're perpetuating degeneracy. Why would you want to throw a beer bottle, in the compound of a religious organization?
Freddie, and then there's not, as I said, Janamashtami, Sri Krishna Janamashtami, and Shivratri are two of the most auspicious days on the Hindu calendar. And I mean, these people would have known, somebody would have had to know that these people got us, or if the people show up for service, or comply with them for the they're gonna be there all day, you know, maybe 2 hours max. Anyways,
Anyway,
I
get the American thing out your skin.
This here, last night the Schoonard, the crane to Schoonard highway was opened with a lot of grandeur, and President Ali, as you can see him with a number of ministers in this photograph, opening up that highway yesterday. The lady next door to the studio here, told me that her sister told her that this morning she took 5 minutes from Crane to the bridge using the new highway, where that probably would take about 30 minutes to 45 minutes on that road, hoping that you reach without traffic. So we have a drone footage that we took off the internet, not our footage, but we're using it for good purpose. And this is what that new roundabout looks like at Crane. That's where the Harpy Eagle is. This is the Harpy Eagle roundabout. Well, now that the Harpy Eagle here, because they might move the jumpy board from because this is a better depiction from nearby Robbie. Our operator lives near the jumpy board. But this is an amazing, you know, and there is a new roundabout now, Freddie, at the bridge, and it has a totem pole that was designed by Winslow Craig, our Amerindian, great Amerindian artist. It's up there. I think
he died, right?
No. Winslow.
Oh, please forgive me, Mr. Craig. I know there's a famous Amerindian painter and sculptor who died.
Okay.
Very famous.
Yeah. But
I can't recall his name.
Before I go to this, the president speech tonight on the loss of our iconic street at Ramphal. Freddie, I want to show you something that this is I can't understand how is it that the police are not they're not seeing these things to take them off. Look at this truck. Look at this. This is what you got to face with when you're driving on the road, and this is the kind of thing in front of you. Look. How are you gonna make it on the road with this?
What was his number? Oh, you tapped there.
Yeah. Wow.
So those lights, those swirling lights, are emanating from the truck?
From the truck.
So you're driving, and in front of you, you got these swirling lights?
And this is a common occurrence.
That can't be right.
This is a common occurrence, and they got some vehicles got blue lights, red, different color lights, and the blue lights. When I see those things, what I do? Many of you do the same thing, but I pull in the car now and stop and wait because I can't see what's coming on the other side.
But why these? If it's very bright light, or if it's just the lights, but why is it circulating?
Because they have these LED lights they have attached at the back of this vehicle, and it's flashing all over the place. When emergency vehicles are the ones that should be having flashing lights only. Well, I guess they must be probably creating emergencies. But Freddie, this is the message. This is the message from the president. We're gonna play it, and after this, here we're gonna start taking some calls. But
today,
this
is a sad day. Today is a sad day in the life of our region, but more particularly in the life of Guyana and every Guyanese. Perhaps, and for sure, it is also a sad day for the Commonwealth group of countries. It is a sad day because we have lost a giant among men, an outstanding soul, a Guyanese, a remarkable internationalist, a son of the soil. The passing of Sir Sridhar Ramphal marks the end of an era, not only for Guyana, but for the entire Caribbean and the Commonwealth of Nations. We mourn the loss of an outstanding statesman, a regionalist par excellence, and a committed internationalist. Sir Sridhar's life was one of magnificent service, dedicated to his homeland, to the region, and to the world. Guyana recalls with deep appreciation his unflagging commitment to defending Guyana's territorial integrity and sovereignty, his efforts before the International Court of Justice and the Tribunal of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea were not just a service to the nation. They were acts of supreme and selfless devotion to the land that nurtured him. He was deservedly the recipient of Guyana's highest national award, the Order of Excellence. As Secretary General of the Commonwealth, he stood tall against the injustices of apartheid, becoming a voice for the oppressed and a champion for justice and equality. His firm opposition to apartheid rule one of the defining aspects of his illustrious international career. His contributions went beyond the Commonwealth, shaping the international relations with his wisdom and leadership. The Caribbean, a region that was always close to his heart, benefited immensely from Sir Sridhar's dedication to regional integration. His efforts helped the Caribbean secure its rightful place in global negotiations, protecting and advancing the interests of our member states. His role as chairman of the West Indian Commission helped to provide direction, impetus, and revitalization to the regional integration process in the post-Cold War era. Sir Sridhar Ramphal was more than a statesman. He was a gem of Guyana, a towering figure in the Caribbean, and a respected leader in the Commonwealth. His loss is deeply felt, but his legacy will continue to inspire generations to come. Guyana has lost one of his finest sons, and the Caribbean and the Commonwealth a giant among men. On behalf of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, the land of his birth, I express my deepest condolences to his family, relatives, and to the countless friends, associates, and admirers who were touched by his life and work. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family during this time of grief. We stand with them, celebrating the life of a true legend, Sir Sridhar Ramphal. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
Well, one thing you should know about Sir Sridhar Ramphal, when he became a penetrating global figure in the Commonwealth, he became Secretary General for the Commonwealth. In his entire international career, he was no sycophant of certain imperialist interests. He was no spokesman for a certain section of the world that wanted to dominate the world. So Sridhar Ramphal represented the interests of the post-colonial world, the political and economic interests in the international political economy of the globe. He was no spokesman for a particular group of countries that people, post-colonial people, still look up to and think they're better than us here. I'll give you an example. On Tuesday or Wednesday, a man who was acting UN Commissioner for Human Rights. That man was the acting head of the UN body for human rights. He quotes from an atrocious propagandistic book that divides the world into the third world, that is no good, that is full of dictatorship, that doesn't have anything to offer the world, that wants to violate, that wants to undermine international values. And on the other side are the great countries that are holding up international, the values of international society. And when you look at the countries, this woman and Annie Applebaum, when you look at the countries that she extolled, you know, they are far more on, far, the thing is so comical. And Dr. Bertrand Ramcharan, who rose to the level of acting Commissioner for Human Rights, make this woman's propagandistic work in which she runs down the third world, runs down the post-colonial world. He quotes her in telling the readers to read her to understand Guyana. That's the difference with Sridhar Ramphal. He would not have even give a second ephemeral glance to Annie Applebaum's book, Autocracy Incorporated. So Sridhar stood for the interests of a group of countries that came out of colonialism and had a right to insert itself in international political economy without being bullied and without being disadvantaged. And that, I think, as he got older, of course, he came out of international service. But his legacy should be emulated. When we have people from the third world, CARICOM, Africa, South America, India, Asia, when we have citizens, scholars and scientists from those regions that reach to the top, they must protect the interests of the third world and not speak for people who speak for countries that want to dominate They dominated us when we were their colonies and still want to dominate us. You know, so Sridhat Ramphal has a son-in-law who's a Guyanese, Ron Sanders. He writes a weekly column, so Ron Sanders. And that man wrote a column that I have quoted several times in my column, several times. He said the Caribbean, the CARICOM countries, since 1919 has been at the very bottom of official American aid. Colin Powell, who became the United States Foreign Minister, called the Secretary of State. He became the head of the Armed Forces of the United States, became Secretary of State, and his grandparents were from Jamaica. During his term, United States is nothing for Jamaica. So, Ron Sanders wrote an article in which he shows statistically that the lowest recipient of American aid internationally are us here in the Caribbean. And he said the United States assigned, I think, $248 million for aid for CARICOM. And of that 248, Haiti got about 99% of it. And the rest was left for CARICOM, in which certain CARICOM states got less than $1 million in American aid. You know what? Obviously, his son-in-law, Ron Sanders, must have spent countless years talking to Sridhat Ramphal of how the West dominates the countries that they once dominated, the colonies. We have become independent, but they still dominate us. They want us to join together and support them for what Russia is doing in Ukraine. And what Russia is doing in terms of cruelty is a drop in the ocean to what Israel is doing to the Palestinians in Gaza. So when the president said that Guyana has lost an icon, tried to contextualize his value to the third world, to the post-colonial world, he represented the interests of CARICOM, Africa, and the third world in general. What else we got there?
So somebody just, our lines are open, 652-1314. You can get us on WhatsApp on that, or you can call the landline, 231-2982. Somebody just sent in here something, Freddie. This is something that you would understand quite a bit of. This lady says that this is what's happening in Nomprel. So she's showing all of these trucks these trucks are passing up and down. Right? These trucks are passing up. Yeah, that's it there. Put up for me, please, Robert. Move the yeah. But let me show you the outcome of this here now. Let me show you what this is causing. Look. So the trucks are so many trucks are there that this is inside the house. The light shaking.
Well, I know. I've been experiencing that all the time. Right, it really affects my wife.
Right, but that's a lot of shaking happening there. So somebody just sent this here, and she said this is what's happening in Nomprel.
Send us your videos. One of the things we should have emphasized on this Friday evening program is that send us any and everything you've got to show some of the unacceptable things Guyanese do, or some of the unacceptable things that happen in Guyana. Send us also positive things that Guyanese should know about.
Yeah.
When you see something been done by an NGO or the government that makes our country look good, send us to. We hold no brief for any political party, any section of the country. We will have people here who are not supportive of the government, and we will have people here who will bat for the government. We think our journalistic integrity dictate that we present what people want to know. Whether they accept it is a different matter, but they should have access to the debates. And if our politicians from all political parties are listening, if you have a manifesto, if you have ideological perspective, if you have political thoughts, come on the program. Nobody's going to knock you down and put
We have our first caller, Freddie. Good evening, and thanks for coming through.
Good evening, guys. All right. With the loss of Street at Ramphal, I don't know how I'll treat that, because Street at Ramphal, mind brilliant guy, but he would have been one of the guys who would have been supporting Burnham, the demonic leader Burnham. Another thing is that I've heard people curse and being a jackass of a leader, but yet
you're breaking up.
Go closer to the. See if you can go closer to the Wi-Fi, wherever it is for me, please. You're losing a slide. Yeah.
Could you start apart from Ramphal? We heard what you said about Ramphal, but after that you began to break up. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I've also heard people complain about but Trump being a jackass and whatever, and that might be true, but yet still people who would have supported a jackass were named Granger.
Listen, if somebody call Trump a jackass, it doesn't mean you should that should be your standard bearer. I mean, he's a former president of Guyana, and he's in no way in the same category of Trump. Please don't equate Granger and Trump. Trump is an extreme, very, very extreme man. But Bob, you don't have to refer to people as jackass. I mean, he's a former president, and I would expect you to use, you've been calling in this program for 2 years, 2 months. I would expect you to use more modest language.
Okay. Well, maybe I owe you a little apology, but the thing is that whatever, and we can't change what he is, and people that support him.
Yeah, Bob, we're hearing you.
Go ahead.
No, that's all for tonight, man. Thanks, guys.
Right. Yeah, all right, good.
Hi, Bob.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next week, if you're calling in, see if you can avoid those interruptions. I mean, we value your
what happens sometimes? What happens sometimes? My phone is on Wi-Fi and my data, and the Wi-Fi and the data will fight.
You sure you need a new? You sure you need a new phone?
Bob, before you go, I want to engage you a little bit tonight, because we got a little free night. A lot of people watching cricket. I want to engage you a little bit. How long ago you left the Guyana to live overseas?
25 years ago.
Based on what you're seeing now and the development happening, and I'm telling you, it's rapid. I'm driving coming tonight, and I'm looking at this.
I'm glad that you engaged me. In this.
All right.
I wanted to call you today, and I'm telling you about ground to people.
You're breaking up, Bob.
You're breaking up. Let me call you back. Let me call you back right away. All right? Yeah.
Yeah, let him be quick before people come on.
Any other call coming in there?
I'll tell you when it's coming.
Yeah. This phone giving me some strange music playing, Freddie, every time I turn it off. I don't know.
Even when you turn it off.
No. I said when I turn it on, it's giving me some strange music. I don't know if it's TikTok coming on. But all right, we get it. Let me try this guy back.
Yes, again. Can you guys hear me better now?
I hope so. I hope so. Yes. So here's what I want to ask. Based on
you asked me a question. I want to respond to that.
Yeah.
I am dealing with the public a lot over here, and especially the people that travel from Guyana to the U.S.
Okay.
Right, and I've actually spoken to a guy. And I was asking him, I said, man, you sound like you just came from Guyana. And he was like, yes. And I asked him, I said, what are you seeing with the development of the country? And he was like, me don't know why you used to talk about, me don't know why you used to talk about the Babil roads and the Babil this and the Babil, but people are starved and them kind of thing. They said, boy, are you sure what you're saying? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, my blood pressure went up because I was in Guyana in February of this year. Mm-hmm. And the development with great aggression that I'm seeing in Guyana is nowhere in the world is seeing it.
Thank you.
It's hurting me that we have people express, I mean, I know Freddie might be a little upset with me here, will express that amount of arrogance and ignorance.
No, those are acceptable words. Those are acceptable words. I use them, arrogance and ignorance. Anyway, Bob.
Thanks for coming through, man.
No, but I'm telling you, anybody who refused to acknowledge the development of Guyana.
Bob, can you hold? We have a call coming in.
Yes.
You hold.
No, Bob, go on.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Hello.
A very good evening to you, sir.
Good evening.
I just would like to say two things. First thing first, I received my title for land a few weeks ago, but I did not saw the land. However, we went to see the land last Friday. They called us to show us the land that we given the title to.
Mm-hmm.
However, I just wanted to explain this, and I wanted to thank the government for what it's done, but however, I need some more. I need if the government can give assistance, because what I have to say here, I know you gentlemen take a side wrong, see what I'm talking about. However, it's from the public road of Diamond where the bank is, so at the back of Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
And if you measure the stretch from the public road to the back of Diamond, 4 times the length. 4 times the length inside, deep down within the Grove Diamond area there, where they have no unseen buildings, lands, etc., till deep down into that area there, where that street is now forming out. There is no current light, no water. However, when they show the land is very stoppy. It's swamp. Now, this is low-income land I'm talking about for poor people.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know if there is any assistance to give, because these lands that is given to the low-income people is way behind all the lands that is not occupied as yet. And to give the smaller people that still down at the back there for stretch materials and etc., we're looking at the excess of cost for the poor people. So I'm using this program to ask the government if they can give us assistance at least to fill up the land. There is no water, there is no light, but it's way back. It's almost about over 12 to 50 miles deep down back at the back of Diamond into Grove. Right? And this is low-income land. This is all low-income land.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is just one way that I want to highlight of what's happening. The second one is recently we had an icon that passed away, Dave Martin.
Right.
And my heart will go out for the contribution that he made to our country and the Caribbean, etc. However, I believe that this is my own personal opinion that as a statesman, I believe Martin, I don't know about the family or whatever, but when you come under these brackets, I believe that this gentleman should have been given some kind of state funeral for the contribution he made from the young and the old persons that know his songs, and some monument should have been, should be erected somewhere. I know it's too early for that, but what take place there so quickly that a person of that high standard that lost his life.
Let me interject there. Let me interject there, caller. What happened is that I know for a fact that the family had requested a small private funeral. They had requested it. And probably it was Dave's request also.
They didn't want the public.
So they didn't want all that. They just wanted something small. A few persons gathered, and that's it. They made a statement.
But the president was invited at the private ceremony, and he was one of the pallbearers.
Yeah, but that's no problem. However, most of these, not most of them, most of the songs was made on the time of Lyndon Fox, Sampson, Burnham, when another played the grass, etc. However, I think they should still have outside of the family. We respect the honors of the family, etc. But I believe outside of that, they should have a night of this gentleman's work with the artists that we have within this country. So to just use it as we don't want changes of his song, but just a reminiscence and just to honor him in a more better way that how it happened.
But don't go off the line. Don't go off the line. You still there?
Yes, sir.
I have been writing columns for 35 years, which is a very long time. And I have said up 10 times, we need to honor these people in some way when they were alive.
Yes.
I mean, when he became older and you saw old age was creeping in, name something after him. Name something after Ron Robinson. How many people in the Caribbean have spent 55 years in theater giving Guyanese? I mean, Rohan, can I put Barbies on the map? He's still alive. And it's so unfortunate. We had Dave Martin as our guest, and it's unfortunate that he's gone, and we could name something after him. I mean, I am not a fan of Forbes Burnham. I will never be. But I agree with him when he changed Murray Street into Comina, when he changed Almond Street into landscapes. I mean, why? Ron Canna is going into his 90s. I mean, Dave Martin is gone. Ron Robinson is still alive. There's so many people have given so much in culture, religion, politics. Desmond Hoyt never lived in the official residence. He lived in North Road. We could name North Road after him. I mean,
we need to sit down as a people. Here it is. The government and the opposition, they work. I don't know how they work too much. But
I think it has to do. I think it has to do with. I don't know. Desmond, David Granger quickly changed Ogle Airport and quickly changed the International Convention Center. But at the same time he did that, he could have named a few things after different kinds of people. Anyway, so thanks for coming through.
Yes, sir.
We received another video here from somebody just now. This is in Albion. So the people are burning plastic and tire right behind where people are living. This is the video. Look, burning plastic. This is in Albion. Somebody sent this from Albion.
Well, you know what tire does?
This could kill people. The fumes from this here.
That's going on in Albion?
Yeah, Albion, yeah. So send in your videos. We're looking at your videos.
What the police do when these things happen? they shouldn't go and stop it. You can't burn tires.
Look at this. Look at this. This is the burning. Look at the fume there. Look at the fumes.
The smoke.
There. That's dangerous. Burning of tires. I hope somebody look into this. I hope somebody from Albion is looking, and then they could inform the police. For the person who send this to us, you could send me a message and tell me exactly where this is happening in Albion. So Freddie, the Amazon warriors are out there. 41 for 2, 5 over. They're chasing 168, made by the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons. Good evening, caller. You're live on air.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
I would like you to highlight this problem. Airstrip in the interior, Ikeraku Bottom.
Ikeraku.
This is 2 years, Ikeraku Bottom. This is 2 years now since this contract, this job. And very little done on this airstrip. And the same contractor get the police station to build. Right? The contractor is a small plane pilot named Orlando Charles, the same guy what they get some problem with human trafficking. I have the footage here, the video. I would send it to you, highlight it. Very little done on this airstrip for 2 years.
Yeah, well, the WhatsApp number is on the screen, 652-1314. But we just don't say anything else about Mr. Charles. You said Mr. Charles was involved in some human trafficking. Just leave it as that. It doesn't mean that he was convicted or anything like that. We're not aware Mr. Charles was convicted of anything else. So just leave it as that, right, sir? Before we get into any...
This is in the Kayuni Maziruni area, right?
But are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, just send us the video.
Yeah, hearing you.
Yeah.
So he got a contract to build the airstrip. It's unfinished. And he got a contract to build the police station.
Yes.
Strange.
And nothing. This airstrip, it might take the next 2 years the way how he going. Video, and I would like you all get the authority to know about this, because this guy
Okay, go ahead. Just don't say anything libelous, right?
No, this is
But you sure
everybody know about this.
sure that Mr. Charles got the contract to build the airport, sorry?
Yes, he is the guy.
Okay.
And he get the contract for the police station too.
Okay.
And this is 2 years now since he get the contract for the airstrip, and this year he get the contract for the police station. So I know Guyana, this police station going to take over 4 years.
Well, I know the gentleman also. I know him personally, and I will reach out to him also. So that by next week when you send the video and we show it, we can we will be able to have better context as what's happening also. Because I know the man.
I will show the video. I will send the video now.
Okay, send it. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, because nothing in doing. If you're going to see the airstrip, grass growing on it, is only the piece where concrete, and the rest grass growing on it.
Okay. Send the video.
All right.
Let us see if hold a sec. Akash, you have Mr. Charles' number right now on your phone?
I just checked to see if I have
Okay,
it.
so if we have his number, we'll call him.
All right.
Stay tuned, right?
Okay. Take care. Bye. I don't have it on this phone.
Oh, we don't have Charles' number, so.
But it's
next week we'll call him.
The person said that this thing that is burning at the back there is at the back of the Albion Nursery School. And school opening next week. I hope that they started out before the school, before kids going in there.
Who's running this thing?
Behind the this is strange. Wow.
Who's burning this thing?
Let us know who's burning it. So this is the airstrip here, what the guy talking about.
Oh, he sent the airstrip?
Yeah.
He sent it? That's...
Alright, so let's have a look. So the call that called in just now was, again, you know, we don't want to blame anybody for anything here because we're
just showing the airstrip.
We're showing it. This is the video that was sent. Look at this.
Let's make this quite clear when the thing is finished. But that has not been touched for a long time.
I know. Guyana is a beautiful place, Freddie. See the mountains in the back there? All right.
Okay, well let's get something clear. The caller said that Mr. Charles was given a contract to build an airport which has remained untouched. We don't know if that is so. So we do not own or necessarily agree with what has been said to us. We're shown the airport, but we don't know if the airstrip. We don't know if Mr. Charles was given the contract for that. So we do not necessarily accept what has been said.
I will reach out to Mr. Charles.
So, Colin, as I said before when the show started, people may be watching cricket, but that would not interfere with us holding these shows when there is cricket. So, Colin, if not, we can talk about what the last caller said.
Go ahead.
The last caller said Mr. Charles was given the contract to build the airport. He hasn't finished it, and now he's given the contract to build a police station. That's what the caller said. We would like to issue a disclaimer saying we do not have any knowledge that that is so. The caller came through, and we naturally provide him with an outlet for his views. We do not necessarily accept those views.
Put this up for me, please. This here is, somebody sent this in. They said this is a road in front of the police station at Parkway Harmony. If you look here, you're gonna see that's the police station there, and this is a road that going to the police station that people gotta come out from, and somebody dumped 3 loads of mud on the road and leave it, and now when the rainfall, they had a storm 2 days ago and one last night again, and this is the condition of the road now.
That is a road?
It's a road. It looked like
that is not a road. That used to be a road.
Yeah, this is the condition of it. Wow. How are you even walking through here? Not just driving.
Well, you can't drive through or walk through there. That's not a road. So you have to use somewhere else.
How inconvenient.
But why would somebody...
I don't get it. All right, guys. So send in your videos to us. Whatever. If you have videos, you have... call in. Let's know what's happening. What's happening with the cricket. West Indies... I'm saying West Indies, Amazon Warriors, 47 for 2.
Okay, let's take up from the previous caller to the guy who called about the airstrip, Dave Martin. I mean, it's a point that needs reinforcing, and we should say it over and over again. Mm-hmm. I went to what's that place behind that used to be Starlight Drive-In, Montrose.
Montrose.
I went to Montrose, and the roads are nicely landscaped and are named. And they have named the roads after a number of flowers. So there's Exoria Road, Bougainvillea Road. A whole set of roads have been named in the new scheme in Montrose. There's a lot of well-to-do people living there. But anyway, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Freddie.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm the guy that's sending the pictures and the burning.
Yeah,
at Albion there?
Who's doing that?
It's a guy doing recycle. I called many times on this program, and I even spoke to the EPA. And they said they was going to look into it in 2 weeks, and nobody got here yet.
We gotta call the EPA man. So who's doing it?
There's a guy by the name of Guts, they call him, doing recycle. So when he got certain amount, he burned the plastic and the tire.
Oh my goodness.
You don't burn tire?
No,
That's how you recycling?
What is he recycling?
He recycled metal. So like he pick up scraps.
Oh, he burned the rubber off those cables.
No, that can't.
Ridiculous, man.
So, listen, don't
environmental harm.
Don't be deterred by the lack of action. Keep going.
Yes. And also the school that is right behind here that he's doing it. This school is doing the same thing. I went over there this afternoon and I asked them please to out the fire, but they didn't do it. It's still burning there.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's what I was telling you last week. I don't see where we going. And then you see what's going on with the truck on the road. I'm sure they had the police commissioner. They know about it. The president know about all of that, but it's still going on.
Well, there are people who are in place to deal with these things, like the police and the EP and so on. I mean, I don't expect the president and the ministers and so to go out there and to go and do that, because they have a country to run and a country that is developing rapidly.
Yes,
but the police and I'm not bashing police. The police go out there every day, sometimes a day, but the enforcement, there are laws governing things in this country. Is the enforcement of those laws that is lacking.
Yes.
And it is, and that is why it's important for when we have these programs for people like yourself, sir, to send these videos to us to highlight these things, because a lot of times what happens is that I don't know if it's just laziness or people ain't got time for look at it, but when you put these things up out there, it's for the world sees it, and believe me, it gets noticed and it gets the attention it has to get.
Yes. So this guy was doing the recycling. He does not do it during the school period. He will do it on a Friday afternoon or Saturday.
Mm-hmm. But what about the residents?
Yeah.
Like yourself?
No, nobody cares. It's something. It looks like it's normal.
How long this guy been doing this?
For 2 years. I've been complaining about this.
This guy has been burning those things with that kind of smoke jutting into the air behind a school. And he's been doing that for 2 years?
Yes, sir.
But when tire burn, if somebody
you know his real name, sir?
No, I didn't. But I will try to get it.
Yeah, and give us, see what more videos you have. Yes. Give us his name and give us exact location. Okay. Next Friday. Okay. We're depending on you.
I will do that.
Thanks. And you know what? You have to get this thing sorted out quickly, because the burning of tire, the fume and the smell that emanates from that thing.
I know that. I can't stand it.
I don't know how you survived in for 2 years. You must be you're very strong.
I have to close down my window and stay inside of the house. I can't go outside.
Wow.
No, that can't be him. That can't. Anyway, so many things here can't.
All right, thanks for coming through, and we look forward to getting that information.
Yes.
Thank you for coming through.
Okay.
Somebody sent a message here, Freddie, and it says, "Good night. My 10-year-old son was so excited to go and see the Blue Lake, but when he saw the garbage, his excitedness finished." So it's true. It is true that's where the garbage is. Okay, so look, the guy sent another picture here of the garbage at the Blue Lake. There's a lady there. And so there seems to be that thing by the Blue Lake there indeed. It's a major problem.
Robert, put that up, please.
Yeah, look. That's the Blue Lake there. And they got a lot of vultures, so they might be throwing organic material there too. That's why they have vultures. It's not just plastic. Yeah, so I think that people are resorting to these things like burning of tires and so on, that you want to extract this metal, but they're not taking people's health into consideration, Freddie. I mean, I'm baffled. I don't know how to put
But the
this.
thing is, since this calling program start, I would hope that, I know the National Broadcasting Authority monitors these programs,
Right, GNBA,
because people could call and say very dangerous things. But it's not their job to send these things to different ministries.
Right.
Their job is to stop people saying treasonous or seditious things. But some of the things you hear, you know, I keep telling people that when we highlight these things, we are not getting at any body, we're not getting at the government.
No.
People should know that a guy is burning tires near to school. What that has to do with the government? Has nothing to do with the government. The president would not support that. His ministers would not. But he does know.
Right, he'll be glad for it to be highlighted.
The cabinet does know which minister would approve or turn a blind eye to a man burning tires next to school. That is why we have these programs, so people can air ventilate what is going on. How this man could be burning tires for 2 years?
Wow.
Man burning tires for 2. So the EPA, the police, the NDC, nobody knows about that?
Well, the other thing is, to Freddie, is that when people do these things, and he's been doing it for 2 years now, he probably believed that nobody, I don't think nobody cares, because this man has been talking about it. But he probably feel that he can just do this and nobody can. 2 years I'm doing it now, I can do it, I can continue, and nobody's going to tell me anything.
I hope somebody
2 years though?
I hope somebody who knows Mr. Charles, if they can tell him if he can call in. If he can't get through, if he can't get through, he could call my number 614-5927. We just like to know if that accusation is true.
Coming through. Good evening, caller. You're live in here. Turn it. 2 years though? I hope so. Yeah, that person. Another thing, when you're coming through, I see somebody call me on a private.
No, that's okay. It's okay. I'll tell you why. Okay. Don't mention that.
All right, so we lost that call just now. When you're coming through, turn the volume down on whatever device you're listening to us on, because that feedback, when it comes through, it's a bit confusing, and you're not going to hear us properly, and we're not going to hear you too. So if you can call back, please.
But you got the number to call the person?
Let me see.
Let's call them.
All right, let me see if I can get through to them.
Okay, no.
Not answering.
So, call us, send your videos or anything you have that the Guyanese people should know about.
Freddie, you know what I wanted to mention to you. I saw a video today with a man, a white guy, and he's saying that coconut oil is better than seed oils and these canola oils and olive oil and so on.
Stop there, Akash. That is what they have been doing to the third world for hundreds of years. They controlled the narrative when we were colonial subjects, and they still control the narrative. Remember, the European Commission, the EU, have an annual annual aid grant.
Right.
So they will tell us,
take the grant and buy their product.
They control the media. They control academic institutions. So they tell us buy olive oil. Olive oil is better. Why you think?
But now this guy is saying coconut oil is the best.
Why you think? Long people were saying coconut oil is better.
Yeah. But when I was growing up,
coconut oil comes from the third world.
Yeah.
If you tell people, if the international media and the world finds out that coconut oil is better,
the economic impact.
It's Indonesia, it's the Caribbean, it's Indonesia, it's Philippines, it's Bangladesh, it's Pakistan. That is where the money's
But when I was growing up, Freddie, you know what I used to hear? I heard that the coconut oil was bad, and that's why people used to get heart attack and die. That's
what they tell us.
That's why I used to hear this all the time. I'm thinking, coconut oil is so bad. Why people cooking with this thing? It's gonna kill them. You got to use this I don't want to call no brand.
Western.
Yeah, Western. You got to use this canola oils, and back then, you would. And now you're hearing that coconut oil is so good.
It's been said for years now by Indian scientists that coconut oil is better than palm oil, than olive oil, than vegetable oil. It's been said, but they don't want international media perpetuates
we have a call coming through. Good evening, caller. You're live on air.
Akash, good night.
Good evening.
What happened to that Bellingham College lad there, man, by the UT gate? I made about 10 complaints. I talked to Siraj a couple of times. I talked to you. What's going on? That's a jungle out there.
I can't say we have an answer for you. So we provide an outlet, and we hope that authorities, municipal, central, local, village, we hope that all those authorities will,
Caller, look, I'll tell you this here. When you're driving past, we did a video. I'm gonna get it. Robert sent me the Cemetery Road video that we did. Cemetery Road is finished. I'm gonna give you you have it? Oh no, I have it.
Yes,
on my
I
phone.
see Cemetery Road.
No, I'm saying if you look at the Le Repentir Cemetery, caller, which is central, it is a jungle. It is a real jungle. I pass there on a daily basis. There is a sign in there that has Walter Rodney's name on it, that there is interred Walter Rodney. You can't even see the sign. Now, I'm not justifying Cummins Lodge, but I'm saying it's not just there alone. And I believe that the municipalities and does Cummins Lodge come under the city council too?
Yeah. City council.
Greater Georgetown.
City council stops up to Cummins Lodge.
Right. So
with the arch,
Freddie live right here.
Right. So there are several. I know for a fact that they cleaned. I know Sheriff Street one was cleaned, but I can tell you that Le Repentir, which is like the main cemetery in this country, is massive jungle. It's a massive jungle. Unfathomable, I can say. Now, as I said, it's not justifying that. I know you've been calling. It's passionate.
Keep calling, son. Maybe somebody.
I will try to see if I can reach out to somebody during the week. I'll make a note of it. I'll try to reach out to somebody during the week, find out what's happening, and if we can, I'll give you an answer next week whether it's today. Whether it's positive or negative. Or I didn't get on to anybody.
Okay, I'll call back next week.
All right, thanks for coming through. But
right?
No, but keep calling.
Keep going.
This is the forum for you to call. You just call call us and tell us. Don't.
Ready? I know you. I live on the back street of Cummins Lodge, right?
Okay.
My father used to clean that belling ground. He died about 20 years ago, and since then that belling ground clean.
Oh, that's why it's close to your heart,
I live in the state. I live in New York here.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So I went back a couple of times and I see the building ground. Said, what's going on here? You know?
They should not.
Nobody can bury there.
My wife, two dear cousins, they were very close to her. They are buried there.
You got to search for them in a bush.
I remember when they were buried, it was a lot of mud.
Yeah, Freddie, I know where you live. I come from the area, you know.
Okay, but you keep calling, man. I hope something happens.
Yes.
I don't know.
All right, caller. Thanks for coming through.
Yes, okay, thank you, man. Right?
Good to have. Bye. If Sheikh Ahmad, if you're watching, let's know what's happening in Wakenham. Let's give us an update what's happening up there. Okay, somebody sent a video here. Let me see what this is. Okay, they said this is it. All right, so let me show you this video. Let's show this video. Somebody sent this in, and you know what this is? This is 63 Beach, Freddie Kissoon. The beautiful. You've been in 63 Beach,
yeah.
Right, you know how beautiful it, right?
Yeah.
When you haven't been there in a while.
No.
Now look how it's decorated. Now you know.
I would say about 2 years I haven't been.
Oh, okay. Look how beautiful it is. Look at the garbage. This is 63 Beach Park now. We can't blame no government or no municipality for this, you know.
I saw a nice puppy. Go back there. Let me see.
We can go back just about. Look at
That's
this.
a nice puppy.
Look at car. Oh my God. You know how this reach here, Freddie? It's not they dump it on the beach, you know, but they continue to throw things into the ocean, into the rivers. And when the tide comes up, it washes it all up on this beach here. Look at this thing. Let me see the puppy you're telling me about, man. Let me see a puppy, man.
Look at puppy there. You gotta change your glasses.
That's one there. Okay, blended. They look like Harbourjan puppy.
That's a nice puppy.
I think that's Harbourjan puppy. Harbourjan got to go rover.
You want to bring that puppy? No, it can't be a stray dog.
No, I think that's Harbourjan puppy. Harbourjan is your puppy.
Harbourjan, is that your lovely?
Harbourjan said his dog named Rover Harbourjan.
Rover Harbourjan.
Wow. He got two dogs.
So you give the dog a first name and a last name.
That's the book name, yeah. Or we can try to get Harbourjan and see what's happening at 63 Beach there, though.
That's look at that beach. And that's one of the nicest beach in Guyana.
I know.
So nobody's going to clean it?
I see a lot of people putting up video, but I can't understand.
What other videos we have?
Yeah, so let me see what else come true. Somebody says the EPA is a toothless poodle. People are rearing chicken right next door, and the pen stinks. This, Freddie, what this person is saying here. This happens all over, and it's not like you got a one and couple fowl in your yard like what they had before, you know. They got a big pen in amongst residents, and that the stench that emanating from that thing is not easy. Harbourjan watching cricket when you see it. Harbourjan probably watching cricket. He didn't respond. But what I can tell you is you see the seawall has been cleaned up. There is some.
I'm there every night. The man with the hammock is now extending his domain.
What do you mean extending?
He brought in steps to climb up on the hammock. He brought
Put his steps.
He
packs stuff together.
What are those things named that goods come in? Crates, yeah. He packed some crates now, so he could.
The pallets, them.
Yeah,
wooden
the pallets. So he brought in pallets now, and the police right there saying they can't do anything about that. The man that took over the bench, the man has put more tarpaulin on them.
Well, let me get it. I have the video. I have the videos right here. Let me get it. I have them. Wow. So the man take up more real estate space. Let me see this seawall. Yeah, this is the video. Look, this is the man sleeping on. This is the man. me show you. That's the beachfront there with the hammock. So you're saying now...
He put pallets now, and he got his dishes and his...
What do you mean dishes?
Yeah, he brought in some plates, and he brought in buckets of water and all kind of things. And there every night.
There's a 5-star hotel now.
Yeah.
And the man with
Nobody's interested in moving in.
So what's up with this guy here with the bench, you said?
He's covered it even more now. That we took that couple months ago. There's some new tarpaulin.
We're going to go back next week. We're going to go back next week and check it out, because I can't understand how so we do add an extra piece.
Yes, he had an extra tarpaulin, yeah. There's the old thing. He brought in new one.
But Freddie Kissoon, this man has been living on this bench
he's living
for months now, and nobody thinks that it's wise to. Wow, what about these guys here? They're still living on under these trees and so on.
No, they have been.
Okay, but how? I don't understand. The purpose of those benches is for people to go, as you rightly said, to go and sit and relax and watch the ocean. One of the bench completely taken up by a vagrant, somebody who was kind of violent because he did threaten, what do you guy name? Campbell?
Carl Melville.
Carl. He did
Carl Melville is paid by the First Lady office to see those things, to look into those things. And I agree with Carl. The man threatened him and he went to the police, and the police said this is not their job. So the problem with this country, of course, as you rightfully say, is enforcement. There's so many things. We have those surveillance cameras all over the place. And you see how people drive in the street. You know what you do. When you monitoring those cameras by the convention center, the National Convention Center. When you see what they're doing there, you just you take their numbers, and the next day you show them what they have done, and they have to pay a fine. But I don't know what people are doing with the cameras.
I see the conversation on our live here between the viewers. They're talking about kitchen garden. That's a good topic that you guys are talking about. You can call in and talk to us about kitchen garden. We think, we have all this space here in Guyana. I think more people should be planting, Freddie, in their backyards and so on. You have some plants, right? You have a lot of plants.
Yeah.
I see somebody said here they got they got married. It's married man poke, right?
Yeah. Sure. You make black pudding with that.
Yes, and some people are talking about all the things that they're growing in their yard. Time and so on. So this is a good thing.
Burnham had encouraged people to grow their own food. The problem with Burnham is every time he opened his mouth, he was such a dictator, such a one-man show, that anything he said that was good, people said, no, I don't want to hear it from you. I don't want to hear it. You have no authority to tell us anything. Anyway, we expected the calls would have been slow this evening because I guess people are watching cricket.
7 for 4, Amazon Warriors.
We are quite happy to have a discourse and bring to you topics that we think should be aired. So we have 10 minutes more. If there's no call, it gives us a chance. We don't get a chance to say things, the host, to speak things that are
As a matter of fact, Freddie, today a guy stopped me.
I want to go back to Dave Martin.
Yeah, a guy was passing on the road here today, and he was saying that sometimes when a call comes in, the fact that he was telling me, a guy named Vibert, he probably in his 70s or so right now, but he says he watches the show, he recognized me, and he says that whenever calls are coming through and we're on to a point, sometimes what happens when you stop to take the call like now, you lose the point.
Yeah, but we got to
I know.
Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're doing fine, man. Thanks for coming through, though. What's up?
Okay. So, I think you guys need to get somebody from GRE, right? And seriously, come on your program. Explain to the Guyanese public why you're denying citizens when they apply for this mortgage relief, and you got a shop or whatever small business on your premises, they're issuing a letter to you and denying you that we disqualify you from receiving the mortgage relief because you have a small business on the premises. That is, for me, that's totally wrong. And you need, and more than one people I know show me letter that they were denied. Like I was in GRA, 3 persons went there one time with a letter. They telling you could if you're satisfied, you could write them back. It makes no sense. You can write back and nothing come out here because you already take a decision that we disqualify you because you got a small business. I don't see the sense in it. So you guys should get a rep from GRA to come and explain why is it that they're denying people the mortgage relief just because they got a little shop, a little business, a little boutique over downstairs.
Yeah,
I know you've said that. I know you called him about that. That I can't understand. I can't understand that.
Carl, let me tell you something.
So, I'm trying to get somebody from GRA to come and explain. I still can't see the sense of it. Other people don't see the sense of it. You're paying a loan, you're paying mortgage, the government implemented a system to assist you with the relief. Why deny people?
And Carl, I can tell you something.
And these things is not somebody got a little grocery shop.
Right.
And then boutique, in a housing scheme. What kind of money you could generate from this business in a housing scheme? Let's use the housing scheme, for example. No kind of amount of money. No, you're paying, you got 2-3 mortgages you're paying. Because the government trying to help the citizens by introducing this mortgage relief. Why are you stifling the system? Why are you doing it?
And it's a good raise, you know.
Attention and it's totally wrong. I see no sense in it.
Yeah. All right, Carla, thanks. But what I can tell you is that I can tell you that the mortgage interest relief that people get. Let's say somebody take a loan for about $8 million or $8.5 to $9 million. I can tell you that they're getting back almost $180,000, I think, or $100 and something $1,000, close to $190,000, I think, per year.
Right. Now
that money could come to
something else.
Yeah.
Not everybody could refinance. I could afford to refinance every 3 years.
Yeah.
You could do things in the house. So the mortgage would come in to help you in that way.
Yeah, man. All right. Thanks for coming through. I hope that they're hearing and we're gonna try to get somebody.
This man has been calling about this. So, you know the GRA. I don't think they will come.
No, please invite them.
Yeah, I will. You've said that to me 3 times before, and yeah, and keep. But what I would say to you is keep banging away. Call again next Friday. Keep banging away. You have nothing to lose. Call us and tell us what the GRA do.
I got you.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Right, man. Right.
The mortgage interest relief is a really, really good initiative, Freddie. I can remember, in my first couple of years or whatever, but when you get that money, you can actually put it back into the loan, or you can, and it's a cushion, right?
Good.
Good evening, Carl. You're live on air.
Hi, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
About two weeks ago, 2 Friday ago, I think, I called and I spoke to Siraj was there, and I bring up the topic of the people who sleeping in the washroom or
the Lamaha street garden park.
Yeah. Is there any update to that?
No, we didn't check on it. One of the reasons why we didn't check on it, I'll tell you why we didn't check on it and why we may not check on it. This program is not sponsored. We don't make any money on this program, and for us to follow up on everything in this program is going to exhaust our funds. We think that we should provide a forum for people to say these things, to ventilate these things, to air their complaints, and we hope that actors, national actors, whether it's central, municipal, village council, police, private sector, they need to act on the emanations that come from here. I can't speak for Akash, but I spend a lot of money making phone calls on this program, inviting guests. When you invite a guest, they chat with you. Your credit goes. So we can't take our gas and go and check on all the things that people ask us to do. We hope someone heard and act on that. But if they don't act on it, madam, you just have to keep calling in as you did now. And let's live in hope that, things...
Yeah, and also, ma'am, that is one of the reasons why, because it's difficult for us to get out. I mean, we've got a job. I got a job to do. Freddie's got his thing to do. But that's one of the reasons why we generally ask people sometimes, just like, hey, wherever you are, take your cell phone, take a video, take some pictures, send it to us, and we are going to give you the avenue to show it. And we're going to show it because we're going to give you the avenue also to air your concern and raise your voice in whatever way that it can help. But as Freddie rightly said, sometimes it's difficult for us to get out and go after everything. We do try to go sometimes, but if you have photographs also, or you, we'll be grateful.
I'm sorry, but I wouldn't even dare to go next to that door.
Okay.
It's dangerous because the front door, they lock the front of the doors, and at the back, they are using the back door to go in and out. And they seem to be very hostile.
But madam, I am on the seawall with my dog. Before when my dog was born, the puppy, and I see the nonsense that go on there. Anyway, thanks for coming, Joe. Our time is going down. Call again next week. Bye-bye. Hello.
Hi, good night, gentlemen. I'm glad I got onto your show tonight.
Good evening.
I wanted to share two things, very importantly.
Mm-hmm.
One, there seems to be an issue where immigrants, Venezuelan immigrants, are able to set up anywhere on any street and start selling food. I'm not sure what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seems as if, I don't know if they get food handler certificate, I don't know if they get permission from the MNCC. Well, City Hall is a failure. But it just seems to happen anywhere in the city. They just set up and they're able to sell. And if Guyanese were doing this, I'm sure they would have been removed. The other matter is, I've been seeing, and I fully support the opening of new housing schemes and housing projects and all of that. But I have a concern. I haven't seen in all these new housing projects going up, no fire hydrants. There's no fire hydrants in Diamond and in Farm and all these new housing schemes. Take a drive and look through. If there's a fire in these areas, the firemen come looking for trench or people's property burned to the ground. That's just my take on those two matters, gentlemen. I don't know if you could want to look at that.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you for
thanks.
coming through. Yeah.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Your time is up.
The operator signal our time has come. I'll count to 1 to 10. We'll take one last call. We have to observe the industrial rights of our operators. It's 10 o'clock. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are closed off for the evening. We are closed off. We will see you on Monday with our guest. We'll see you on Wednesday with our guest. And next Friday, we will have our call-in. And we'll try to get as much videos to show you. If you've missed calling in, you're looking at the program, please send us your videos. I ask you again, please send your videos. Do not be deterred. If you see something happen and you film it, we will show you. We have no, we're not directing our attention against anyone. This is Guyana, this is our country. We all love it. We all want to see it go forward. And if there's an eyesore that should be removed, then we will show it. We will see you on behalf of Akash. We will see you on Monday. Akash would say drive safely.
Take your
Catch
time
you
on the
later.
road.
Bye-bye.